Artificial intelligence, or AI, it's not just some tech buzzword anymore. It's actually here, and it is changing our classrooms in some really big ways. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how this tech is transforming education based on what our source material tells us.
All right, so let's get right to it. The big question on everyone's mind. Why is AI suddenly such a huge deal in education? What's all the hype about? Well, that's exactly what we're about to unpack.
Okay, so our source material really points to 5 major game-changing transformations. First, we're going to look at how AI makes learning super personal, which you'll see helps us learn faster. Then we'll talk about how it's knocking down barriers to education for everyone, including students with disabilities. And last but not least, we'll get into a really crucial piece of the puzzle, empowering our teachers. Think of this as our roadmap for the next few minutes.
Let's dive right into that first point, which is maybe the most powerful promise of AI in the classroom, the personalized path. This is all about finally, moving past that old one-size-fits-all model of teaching. I mean, you know the classic classroom setup, right? 30 kids, one teacher, one lesson. Everybody's expected to move at the exact same speed. But what happens when one student is totally bored because they got it ages ago, and the kid next to them is completely lost? That's the problem right there. How do we flip the script and make learning fit the student instead of forcing the student to fit the learning?
This slide really lays it out perfectly. It's like a before and after. On one side, you have the old way, a fixed pace and general lessons for the whole group. But on the other side, that's the AI-powered classroom. The pace becomes personal. The content itself actually adapts to what each student needs, right then and there. It's a huge shift from just broadcasting information to actually interacting with it.
So, where does this all lead? It leads to a solution that's truly built around the student, which covers those first 2 transformations we talked about. And the result is pretty amazing. A completely personalized study experience that just naturally leads to faster learning. Because when education meets you exactly where you are, you learn better, you learn quicker, and your confidence just skyrockets.
Now, this idea of a personal approach isn't just about learning styles. It's also about tearing down these massive walls that have kept so many people from getting a good education. And that brings us to our next section, which covers our 3rd and 4th big transformations, creating an education without barriers.
The core idea here is so simple, but so powerful. Access anywhere. Just imagine a world where it doesn't matter what your zip code is, or your physical ability, or what language you speak at home. With AI-powered tools, a world-class education can be available to literally anyone with an internet connection. We're talking about democratizing learning on a truly global scale.
This whole concept of accessibility really stands on 2 key pillars. First, just like we said, it's about getting access to great education no matter where you live. But the second pillar is just as important, giving real support to students with disabilities. Think about tools that offer real-time captions and translations, or read text out loud, or even change their interface to be easier to use. It's all about building a learning environment that is genuinely inclusive for absolutely everyone.
Okay, but for any of this to actually work, we have to talk about the people at the very heart of education, our teachers. AI is not about replacing them, not at all. It's about giving them superpowers. It's a tool to empower them. And that brings us to the 5th and final transformation on our list.
And this is such a real problem. Ask any teacher. That constant grind of grading papers, creating lesson plans from the ground up, all the administrative busywork, it just drains the time and energy they could be spending one-on-one with students. So the big question is, how can we help fix that?
Well, AI can help by doing one simple thing: reducing the pressure. It can automatically grade quizzes. It can help brainstorm amazing new lesson plans. It can even analyze class performance and instantly flag which students might need a little extra help. All this frees up teachers to do what they do best: inspire, mentor, and teach.
So, let's step back and look at the big picture. What does this all add up to? Well, when you put it all together, personalized learning, universal access, and teachers who are genuinely supported, you get a system that finally starts to work smarter, not harder. And that right there is the key takeaway. AI isn't here to take away the human part of teaching. That's the most important part. It's here to make it even better. Think of it as a powerful tool designed to make the whole process more efficient, more effective, and way more focused on each and every student.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about just cramming more stuff into the school day or just working harder.
It's about using smart tools to get better results for everyone, from the student who finally gets that personalized attention they need to the teacher who gets to fall in love with teaching all over again.
And all of this leaves us with one final, pretty big question to think about. We've seen the incredible potential here for personalization, for access, for support, but what will the classroom of the future actually look like when these AI tools aren't just a cool new thing, but are just the way things are done? That's a future we're all building right now. Thanks for watching.